Hello everyone, good morning. So today we are going to discuss the principles and techniques of design and applications to develop ICT content. So in this topic, we're going to have three lessons. So for the lesson one, we have the nature and purposes of online platforms and applications. For the lesson two, we're going to have the basic web design principles and elements. And for the lesson three, we're going to have the web templates and what you see is what you get platforms. But before we proceed, let us know first our objective. So at the end of the lesson, the learners will be able to first know the nature and purposes of online platforms and applications and value the purpose of these online platforms and apply web design principles and elements in designing a web page. Okay, so for the lesson one, we're going to discuss about the nature and purposes of online platforms and applications. So, nature and purposes of online platforms, but the question is, what is an online platform? Okay, so when we say online platform class, it is a technologies that are grouped to be used as a base upon which other applications, processes, or technologies are developed. So in simple words, online platforms means a public-facing internet website, a web application or digital application, including a social network, ad network or search engine that sells advertisements directly to advertisers. So we have here some examples. So we have 6 examples, which are the presentation visualization, cloud computing, social media, the web page creation, the file management, and the mapping. So we have here the 6 examples of online platforms, and we are going to talk about that one by one. So first, nature of online platforms is the presentation or visualization. So when we say presentation or visualization class, this is an online platform that allows you to present and share presentations, infographics, and videos with other people. So those are the online platforms that where we can able to upload our PowerPoint presentations, infographics, or videos, upload, and we can able also to download that as our reference, or we can also use that as our reference, just like the educational PowerPoint presentations. So presentations or visualizations sites is very helpful. Okay, so we have here some examples of presentation or visualization. So I know that most of you will going to be familiar okay, of this kind of online platform. So we have here some examples. First is the Prezi. Prezi is really helpful, and very good in terms of educational references. Okay, we have the Zoho, we have the SlideShare, SlideShare for the PowerPoint presentation. We have the MindMeister, Okay, so when we say Prezi helping to reinvent the art of presentation. This website is a Hungarian video and visual communications software company founded in 2009 in Hungary. So Prezi is a web-based tool that allows users to create a presentation using a map layout. Okay, so they are able to zoom in and out or different items and show relationship from an interesting point of view. So diba, if we're going to scroll in Prezi, sometimes if we're going to click that particular words, it will be going to zoom in, okay, in order for us to see it more clearly. Okay, and in Prezi also there are a lot of educational references or educational information that we can able to get from Prezi. Okay, next is the Zoho. When we say Zoho, It is an online project management app that helps you plan your work and keep track of your progress. Okay, so the Zoho Office Suite is an Indian web-based online office suite or suite containing word processing, the spreadsheets, no presentations, databases, note-taking, no weekends, web conferencing, customer relationship management, and project management, invoicing, and other applications. So those are the focus of the Zoho online platform. Okay. Next is the slide share. This is the very common kind of online platforms, slide share. So when we say slide share, it is to build quickly from concise, well-presented content from top to experts. And SlideShare is an American hosting service and now owned by Scrib. No, we are also familiar with the Scrib, right? There is also a particular website for the Scrib. No, for professional content, including the presentations, infographics, documents, and videos. And users can upload files privately or publicly in PowerPoint, Word, PDF, or open document format. So like, for example, we have lots of PowerPoint presentation na ginawa na. So we can able to upload that no to this slide share no to be able to share also your works to the other people. Okay. Next is the MindMeister. So when we say MindMeister, it is an online mind mapping tool that lets you capture, develop, and share ideas visually. Okay, so MindMeister is an online mind mapping application that allows its users to visualize, share, and present their thoughts via the cloud. And MindMeister was launched was launched in the year 2007. So these are the example of presentation or visualization. So actually class, ito siya is only few, and there are a lot of online platforms that we can able to use, or can use as our references, and tawag nito, and can really help us, in terms of educational content or educational information. Okay. Next is the cloud computing. When we say cloud computing, it is, so according to the dictionary.com, it defines cloud computing as internet-based computing in which large groups of remote servers are networked so as to allow sharing of data, processing tasks, centralized data storage, and online access to computer services or resources. And we have here the cloud computing. And cloud computing is a platform often referred to simply as the cloud. In other words, class, instead of using computers or instead of using your computer's hard drive, you store and access your data and programs over the internet. So it is the practice of using a network or a network of remote servers hosted on the internet to store, manage, and process data rather than a local server or a personal computer. So we can able to store here, our data, and we can able also to access the data, and programs over the internet using the cloud computing. So we have here some examples of cloud computing. Of course, one of the common, Dropbox, it keeps your files safe, sync, and easy to share. And second one, of course, one also of the most common, Google Drive. Usually we are using this one, an online flash drive. Okay. When we say Google Drive, it keeps all the work in one secure place with online file storage. Diba? Usually, nowadays, most especially, we are just conducting our class online. So usually, ito na lang yung ginagawa nating storage, si Google Drive. Okay, next, we have the social media. So according to the dictionary.com, social media defines as websites and other online means of communication that are used by large groups of people to share information and to develop social, and professional contract. So the information is shared can be in the form of ideas, in the form of pictures, videos, or anything that you want to create and share to the virtual communities. Okay. And the information you share will be the basis of the people to interact, share content, and collaborate with you and the large group of people. Okay. I know that all of you here are already familiar with the word social media. And we have here some examples of social media. These are only a few examples of social media because there are a lot of social media, no? Social media online platforms. So first we have the Twitter. So Twitter is an online social networking service that enables users to send and read short 140 characters messages, which is called tweets, no? So like for example, we're going to post some thoughts there, you know, sabihin no, kumbaga, we're going to call that as tweet, no? Nag-tweet tayo doon. Yung tweet niya, tweet ng isang particular na artist. Okay? So Twitter is an American microblogging and social networking service on which users post and interact with messages known as tweets. And it is registered users can post like, or registered users, no, for those individuals who have a Twitter account, no, they can able to post, they can able to like and retweet tweets, no. But unregistered users can only read those that are publicly available. And Twitter was released by Jack Dorsey last 2015. Okay. Next is, of course, the very common example of social media, which is the Facebook. So it is a for-profit corporation and online social networking service. Okay, so the Facebook is an American multinational technology company that is based in Menlo Park, California. And it was founded in the year 2004 as the Facebook, by Mark Zuckerberg, Eduardo Saverin, Andrew McCollum, Dustin Moskovitz, and Chris Hughes, They are roommates and students at the Harvard College. So they are the one who discovered the Facebook. Okay, that until now, we are using and very useful for us individuals in order for us, to communicate, more easier, towards our loved ones or towards our distant loved ones. Okay, so those are the examples of social media. Next, we're going to have the web page creation. So when we say web page creation class, it is an online platforms that lets you to build a web page that includes colors, text, and images, and often contain links to media such as video and audio. So the platform does not require any web programming skills as they provide a drag and drop interfaces and free hosting as well. Okay, so it encompasses a number of important elements, including the color, including the layout, and overall graphical appearance. So actually, class, there are two ways of creating a web page. First is yung kailangan mo talaga that you really need to encode, or yung magko-coding ka talaga. So you're going to use an HTML, yung mga experts, they are using Java, C++. Yan. Those are the web pages that you are really the one who really make or will make the design, even though the particular buttons, yan, ikaw talaga yung gagawa lahat, buttons, yung functions, and whatsoever. And you need to encode some code for that programming language. Okay, but and the second way, there are already lots of websites, There are already existing websites, which allows you, or allows its users to create web page, or their own web page or their own websites, without using any code. Okay, so yung gagawin mo lang is magde-design ka lang doon, no? Gagawa ka ng iyong content, no? Magde-design ka lang kung ano ba yung theme mo and whatsoever. Okay, so hindi mo na kailangan mag-apply pa ng mga code. So we have a lots of existing websites na pwede mo magamit for that, no? So usually, di ba ngayon, like for example ngayon, no, marami na nag-online selling, no? And some of them are aside from the Facebook page, no, they already have their own web page. Okay, so most of them or some of them, they're only using, no, those existing websites, no, and there are lots of websites na madadali lang yung or you can easily navigate or you can easily use the features of that website. So madaming websites na ganun. Okay. So we have here the examples of web page creation. Ito, the very common, which is the Wix.com. Okay, so Wix.com is a cloud-based web development platform that allows users to create HTML5 websites and mobile sites through the use of their online drag and drop tools. So actually class, no, dito sa Wix.com, I actually already explored the Wix.com. Yan nga, dito sa Wix.com, you can able to create your own web page, no? Blog man yan, or ano ba yung content mo about business, educational content, no? You're going to sell something or wala lang, gusto mo lang yung blogging lang, no? You can able to do that through the Wix.com. And if you wanted to customize your own design, yun nga kanina sabi ko, if you wanted to customize, if you wanted to create your website more creative, you can able to use HTML code, okay? Pero halimbawa, if wala kang alam doon, wala kang alam sa tinatawag na coding in terms of creating the websites, you can also use Wix.com kasi there are already existing templates, no, in Wix.com that you can able to use and you can able to apply to create your own web page. And hindi mo na kailangan pang gumamit pa ng code, okay? So ikaw na yung bahala doon kung ano ba yung gagamitin mo na templates kasi napakadaming available and free na templates in Wix.com. And we can also use or we can also create a web page using Wix.com na napakadali lamang. Okay? So this is an example of web page creation. The Wix.com. Actually, marami pa. We have the WordPress.com, no? Napakadami pang existing websites that we can able to use, no, in making our own web page. Okay. Sige. Next is the file management under the online platform. So when we say file management, this is an online platform that allows you to convert okay, so let's go back. No, let's go back to web page creation. So the next example of web page creation is the Weebly. Okay, a web hosting service and featuring a drag and drop website builder. So same as the Wix.com. This is also a very user-friendly, no, user-friendly in a website that we can able also to create our own web page. Okay. So after that, we have, balik tayo doon sa next slide. We have the file management. No? We have the file management. So when we say the file management, it is an online platform that allows you to convert and manage files like images, video documents, audio, and more to other formats without downloading software tools. So in class, no, those are the online platforms that we can able to use, no, and we can able to we can able to use, no, in terms of creating something just like the web page using those particular online platforms. Okay. So we have heard the example, the Weebly. Yeah. That's it. Okay. Next, let's proceed to the basic web design principles and elements, platforms, and applications. So ano ba yun siya? What are the principles, no, in terms of designing a basic web? So there are things that we have to consider, no, in designing our web page design in order for it to be able to more presentable and more creative. Okay, so let's discuss it. So first, under the basic web design principles, we have the visual language. So visual language, it is used as a consistent template on each page with a uniform color scheme. Okay, so like for example, we're going to create our own web page, no, or we are going to design our own web page. Of course, it is very important for us to use, no, a uniform color scheme or a consistent template in order for it to be able to more presentable and maganda siyang tignan sa mata. Kasi sometimes, no, there are individuals, most especially if you're using a multiple colors, no, and designing your own web page, parang hindi na rin siya maganda sa mata. And sometimes, masakit siya sa mata. Okay, that is why, and para malinis din siyang tignan, to be able to, para malinis siyang tignan, it is important for it, no, or it is very important to apply, no, a consistent or to use a consistent template. Okay. Second, use contrasting colors between text and background or dark over light or vice versa. Create the most contrast in the area where you want more attention to. So it's just like, no, that you are designing your infographics, not just like our previous topic, no. If we're going to have if we're going to emphasize something that or that is the focus or the goal of your website, no, or your web page, it is important for you, no, to consider the colors that you are going to make, no, the contrasting of colors between the text and background. Kasi nga, like for example, you want to emphasize the title of your restaurant. So like for example, you're going to make a business web page, okay, for your business, or a web page for your business or a restaurant. Okay, so like for example, you're going to emphasize, no, you want to emphasize the name of your restaurant. Of course, you have to make sure that the text that you're going to make is hindi siya masasapawan ng background na iyong gagamitin. Okay, in order for your text to be more emphasized towards your audience and madali siyang mabasa and madali siyang makita ng iyong audience. Okay. Avoid too large or too small font size. Avoid too many typefaces. Use common font style to similar items across the web pages, and make important links or menus more prominent in terms of color, and use high quality pictures. Yes, of course, no. Kasi if you're going to use too large, or you're going to use a large font size, no, sometimes there are things sometimes na hindi siya magandang tingnan, and if we're going to use naman small font size, no, baka hindi na rin siya readable, no, towards your audiences. Of course, enable for you to make more, no, to make it more creative, it is more important that or to make it more presentable rather, it is more important that you're going to use a high quality pictures. Hindi yung pag once that you are going to zoom in that particular picture, it will be going to blur kasi hindi quality yung picture na ginamit mo. And of course, if you're going to have links or menus there, no, just make sure that you're going to make you're going to be prominent, no, in terms of color, kasi nga hindi din maganda, no, if you're going to use a multiple colors in designing your web page design. Just make it simple. Just make it simple but more but presentable towards your audience. Okay, so that is the first principle under the basic web design, which is the visual language. All right, so images used should follow the rule of thirds as a rough guideline. So the rule of thirds states that then an image is most pleasing when its subject or regions are composed along imaginary lines which divide the image into thirds or both vertically and horizontally. Okay. All right, so the second principle in designing our web page is the balance. So, pareho lang ito siya, no? When we're going to create infographics or we're going to edit, no? Or manipulate text or manipulate images, no? Same lang din siya when we're going to design our own web page. So, second principle is the balance. Okay, so when we say balance, there should be a balanced distribution of heavy and light elements on the page. Okay. Next, proper alignment of text and images in a web page helps maintain consistency in design. So it is really important, no? Like on our previous lesson, no, in designing photos, no, manipulating photos, manipulating text. It is really important for us to apply balancing, no, the proper distribution, the equal distribution of heaviness and lightness of the elements on the page, and of course the proper alignment of the text and images as well, in order for it to be more presentable and it will not be messy. Okay. Important information is placed near the top. Of course, if you're going to, like, for example, the title of your or the name of your restaurant, it will be your headline, no? So since it will be your headline, it will be the focus of your web page. It is your goal, no, to promote your business. Of course, it is really important na doon mo siya ilalagay kung saan mas madali siyang makita ng tao and siya yung pinakauna na makikita ng iyong audience. Okay? The size of a button should be proportional to its expected frequency of use, and group similar things together in terms of shapes, color, or shading. Create a pattern which will make your page easier to use, remember, and understand. So here, like for example, you're going to if you're going to apply some shapes, colors, or shading, make it sure, no, that, like for example, you're going to put that on your web page, no. Make it sure na naka-grouping siya, hindi siya kalat or hindi siya hindi siya makalat doon sa iyong web page kasi magiging makalat siya, it will be messy and hindi siya magandang tingnan. Okay? It will not be organized. Okay? Of course, create a pattern which will make your page easier to use, remember, and understand. It is better, no? It is better for you to make a web page that is not complicated, no? Not complicated. Just make it simple as long as it is more, it is understandable, no? And it is easy for your audience, no, to remember the details. Okay, the details or the content of your web page. All right, so the third principle under the web design is the paradox of choice. So what does it mean? So when we say paradox of choice, it means that the more choices you provide, the easier for others to choose nothing. Okay? Hence, you should eliminate unimportant or distracting menus or options. Okay? So like for example, focus on user needs. Okay? So like for example, you're going to make your web page. Just make sure, no, kung ano lang yung mga importante, no? What are those important details, no? What are the important details? What will be your goal? What will be the focus of your page, no? Yun lang yung ilalagay mo doon sa iyong web page. Do not apply some unimportant details, no? Some or unimportant pictures na hindi naman siya it is not that na distracting lang, no? Distracting lang siya and makakasira lang siya sa design ng iyong web page. Okay? So kung ano lang yung focus, kung ano lang yung goal ng iyong web page, kung ano lang yung you wanted to emphasize, you wanted to promote, no? And what are the important details, no? Yun lang yung ilalagay mo doon sa iyong tawag nito, on your web page, no? Or on your own business web page. Okay? Just focus on the user needs, no? Huwag ka nang maglagay pa ng mga flowering, no? Mga flowering words doon or flowering pictures, no? Na hindi naman necessary or hindi naman siya kailangan. Okay? Next, design around context of the multi-user in a multi-screen and a multi-device. Okay? Kasi there are users, okay? There are users or there are websites that you cannot able to uh, navigate or you cannot able to use through cell phones, no? So, it is important for you, halimbawa, kung gagawa ka na yung web page, no? It is important for you to design, no, context for the multi-user, no, that you can able to use it through browser, through app, no? Para mas madali siyang ma-operate, no, of the users or of your audience or of your customer. Okay, so those are the under paradox of choice, which is the principle number 3 under the web page designing. Now let's proceed to the principle number 4, which is the focus on content. Ano naman ang ibig sabihin nun? So know the purpose of your web page so you could match the content with the purpose. Okay? Of course, no? Know your goal, no? Know the purpose, why you made that web page, no? Bakit ka gumawa ng web page, okay? Know your purpose, no? Para yung mga informations, no? Yung informations mo or yung content na gagawin mo doon sa iyong web page is according, no? According doon kung ano ba yung purpose mo, why you create that one, or kung ano ba yung goal mo, no? In promoting or in creating your web page. Okay, content should be spell check. Yan. Diba, doon nga sa ating manipulating text, no, graphics and images, it is very important for us to check first or review first, no, the work that we are going to make. Or like, for example, you make your web page design. So before you're going to launch that one, make sure that you review that one before you're going to launch. Kasi nga, sometimes, no, there are individuals that is really going to have a critique, no, towards the works of others. So like for example, may mali kang spelling na nalagay doon, yan. Sa iba, big deal na yan siya, no? Check mo yung spelling, yung grammar, no? Yan. Content should be organized. Of course, no, kahit saan gawa naman, no? It always be organized in order for your audience, no, to understand it, no, easier, and to know, no, to know if what is really the goal of your web page, no, mas madali nilang maintindihan kung ano ba yung focus, kung ano ba yung purpose ng iyong web page if it is organized. Okay? Next, there should be a clear delivery of content. Ayun siya. Dapat kung ano yung gusto mong i-deliver towards your audience, no? It is dapat clear siya in order for them to understand it better. Okay? Ayan nga, sabi ko kanina, don't make it complicated. Just make it simple as long as it is understandable towards your audiences. Okay? Next, include images on your content, not just pure text. Yeah. Images can make your web page more creative and more presentable. Kasi sometimes if you're just going to apply pure text towards your web pages, it makes, no, your audiences can feel boredness, no, it will be boring towards your audiences. Okay, that is why, no, just use pictures, no, use or include images on your content to make it more presentable, more creative, and more comprehensive towards your audiences. Okay, so content should be updated. Always add something new to your content. If you have nothing to add, you can pick some free articles or free ebooks at this site. So we have here the two websites. So we have here, there are a lot of ebooks here, no, in this website. So you can use this one. Of course, content should be updated. Siyempre, like for example, you're going to make your web page, alam ba yung business mo? Kasi once yung isang tao or once some person is interested towards your businesses, no? Usually talaga yan, doon sila maghahanap sa iyong webpage, okay? So kung hindi updated, no, if your web page is not updated, you don't add something new to your content, no? It will be, kumbaga, your audience, no, will also not be update, no? Hindi na rin sila mag-visit, no? They will not be going to revisit your web page kasi nga hindi ka naman nag-a-update, no? So what's the use, no? What's the use? What's the purpose pa, kumbaga, na magre-revisit sila sa iyong web page? That is why just make sure that your content should be updated or your web page should be updated. Okay? Yeah, just make sure to acknowledge the author or include the author's resource box. So, like for example, no, you've make or you've applied something from this website, just make sure to acknowledge the author, no, to avoid copywriting. Okay. Next, we have the simplify. Principle number 5 is simplify. All right, so minimal design does not always mean an effective design. However, when choosing between simple and the opposite, the former is always a better choice than the latter. Hence, strive to have a simple design. Yeah, as I was saying, no, even though in designing or in designing your infographics, no, and here in designing your web page, it is really important to make it more, to make your design simple, no, as long as it is understandable, as long as the content is clear, as long as the message that you're going to deliver towards your audience is clear. Okay, just make it simple, just make it minimal. Okay, para mas madali din siyang tawag ito, mas madali siyang maintindihan ng iyong audience. Yan, just keep the content simple, use minimal animated graphics, and maintain a look and feel across all the web pages. Yun nga, kasi nga, di ba, don't make your web page complicated, okay? Kasi pag maraming design, no, if you're going to apply multiple designs, no, multiple pictures, multiple graphics, no, a lot of text, no, again, sometimes sa iyong mga towards your audiences, para hindi nila maintindihan and they don't know, no, kung saan na sila magsisimula sa pagbasa, lalong-lalo na kung hindi talaga your web page design is not really organized. Okay? All right, class. So those are the principles principles in designing your own web page or websites. Okay. Next is the basic web design elements. So if we have principles, we also have the elements, no, in designing our web page. So first is the illustrations and styles. Yan. Under the illustrations and styles, so illustrations includes line, shapes, texture, and color, which are fundamental elements that should be overlooked. Okay. Lines are used to organize, to connect, and separate information and design elements. So combined with shapes, colors, and texture, they give us a visual grammar which you can use to communicate. So that is why it is very important for us also, no, that we're going to design, if we are going to design our web page, no, let us always consider, okay, let us always consider the applications, the proper applications of lines, of the shapes, the texture, and the color. Okay. Second element is the links. So links are the most basic interface on the web pages. Links should be distinctive in color from one types of text in a web page and keep links in regular text style consistently to avoid the users from thinking whether or not the text is a link. And make sure your links are working. So like, for example, you're going to apply some links, no, on your web page. So halimbawa, no, you've applied your social media accounts, no, on your web page. Just make sure that your links is really working. Okay, you've applied, no, or you put there your Facebook links, okay, the contact your Instagram links, no, or whatsoever, okay, just make sure that it is working and pwede rin makapag-update doon, no, yung iyong viewers or your customers, okay. All right, for the element number 3, we have the buttons and menus. All right, so here is another element, which is the buttons and menus. So just like the links, buttons and menus are also essential to web pages, and they too need consistent styles. Okay. So halimbawa, if we're going to use this one, no, just make sure na consistent yung styles mo. Okay, hindi yung iba yung style mo dito sa kabila, iba din yung style mo dito sa kabila. So hindi na siya magandang tignan, okay? Halimbawa, yung color na ginamit mo, parang hindi uniform or walang connection with each other. So parang masakit na siya sa mata. So just make sure that you're going to apply a consistent styles. Okay? Buttons and menus should be well organized. Okay? Hindi yung maglagay ka ng button sa baba, maglagay ka ng button sa taas, whatsoever, okay? Make it organized. Kung nasa isang linya yun siya, ilinya mo na lang lahat yan siya. Huwag yung napakakalat niyang tingnan. Okay? Buttons, labels, and menus should be clear and easy to understand. Yeah, so if we're going to use some buttons, of course, just make sure na yung mga labels ng mga buttons na yon, no, is maintindihan, okay? Baka gumamit ka lang siya ng abbreviation, no? Much better na yung mga words na gagamitin mo as labels is very understandable, no? Or or comprehensive towards your audience. Okay. Last is the images. Images also aids in the communicating your message to the viewers. Aside from being used as fillers, images also helps in leaving a lasting first impression. Use specific images that are related to your content so that it will draw attention not only to the content but to your web page as a whole. So like for example, you're going to apply some images to as a design, okay? Or as a part of the content, as a part of a content of your web page. Just make sure that the pictures or the images that you're going to apply is related to your content. Baka naman kasi gumamit ka lang ng picture, wala lang, just para may picture lang siya. So parang hindi siya, and it is not related to your content. So what's the purpose, okay? What's the purpose? So that is why just make sure, okay, that you're going to use pictures that is really related to your content, so that you can able to get or can draw an attention, not only to your content, not only to your page, but your page as a whole. Kasi sometimes there are individuals na mas maintindihan nila yung content ng isang design or ng isang web page, if there are pictures na ka-attach doon and doon na sila mag-base. Okay, there are really individuals just like that. All right. Okay. Next, we have the web page or web templates, and the what you see is what you get platforms. Okay, so that is the meaning of WYSI, WYG platforms. Ayan. What you see is what you get. So in this kind of platform class, no coding skills are required. So like for example, you're going to make or design your web page. Hindi mo na kailangan pang mag-apply ng mga programming languages. Hindi mo na kailangan pang mag-isip ng mga code na gagamitin mo doon in designing your web page. Okay? Because there is no coding skills na i-required. Okay? Instead, you manipulate with design components using an editor window and get the chance to choose what elements are placed on your web page. So as I was saying kanina, there are a lot of existing websites that you can able to create your own web page na without coding. There are na mayroon lang existing templates that you can able to use, that you can able to, and where you can able to create your content, like the Wix.com, the Weebly, WordPress. Those are the examples of websites that we can able to create our web page without coding. Yung magdi-design ka lang, para magdi-design ka lang talaga ng iyong web page. Okay? So web templates are unique, full page layout that contains generic information which can be replaced by the users with their own personal information. Yeah, so as I was saying, there are already existing templates that you can able to use, and you can able to edit. Okay, you can able to edit and create your own personal information. So or whatever content that you're going to make on your web page. Okay. So in this kind of platform, no coding skills are required, no? Ano ka lang, magma-manipulate ka lang, magde-design ka lang ng iyong web page. You don't have to use language codes such as the language programming, no? Like the Java, HTML, C++, Python, and etc. And in here, you are the one who manipulating the design of your website or web page. Okay? Okay, so we have here some examples of websites or web pages. First is the SlideShare, no? Actually, SlideShare is very useful, lalong-lalo na, no, for us teachers and for you class students. SlideShare is very useful kind of online platforms. So, and here you can use this to upload and share your professional videos and slide presentations. So you can also download or any professional content, no, including the presentations, infographics, documents, videos, and you can also upload files privately or publicly, no, in PowerPoint, in Word, PDF, or open document format. So second is the Google Drive. This is also a common, no, kind of online platform. Storage, no, online storage. So you can use this to back up your files in the cloud and access them anywhere. So you can also use other applications of Google along with the Google Drive. Okay, so we can keep all our work in one secure place with online storage Google Drive, no? So the online Google Drive, or I mean the Google Drive has 15 gigabytes, I think. Hindi ako nagkakamali, no? That we can able to store our files securely, no? And safe. Okay. Next is the Tumblr. So you can use this to share, if you wanted to share text, no, photos, codes, links, music, and videos from your browser. So from your browser, phone, desktop, email, or wherever you happen to be. So this is a microblogging service that has recently become a popular social media site. And of course, another one is the Wix. So you can use this one, you can use this website to create your website, to create your own website or mobile site. So ito lang yung maganda kay Wix.com because it is accessible to it is accessible through our laptop and to our cell phone kasi ang Wix.com ay meron din siyang mobile application. No? That is why it is a really friendly user. Okay, yan. Wix.com. So this is the logo of Wix.com. So in here, using the Wix website, you can create your own website for free, and you don't need to input some coding, no? You can also use free templates and some designing to make your web page more unique, creative, and presentable. So this time we're going to know, the steps, the steps on how to create account or on how to operate, these examples of online platform. So let us start first on getting started with SlideShare, no? Paano ba tayo or how to create an account using SlideShare. So we have here a simple steps or a simple way in creating an account in SlideShare. So first that you're going to do, just go to SlideShare by typing www.slideshare.net in the address bar of your browser, and SlideShare or homepage will appear as shown below. Second, create your account by clicking sign up. Then after that, enter the required data in the page and click sign up. Okay, so by clicking or by creating your account in SlideShare, so you are going to input or the details your personal details. Okay, after that, when the sign up is successful, the page below will be displayed and you are on your way to become one of the sliders. And for the meantime, log out to your SlideShare account by hovering to the face and then click log out. Okay, so these are the steps class on how to get started with SlideShare. So if you have already an account in SlideShare, you can able now to upload your own works. Like for example, you wanted to share your PowerPoint presentations na ginawa, you can able to upload that to slideshare.net so that some people or some individual can also access that one. And of course, you can also now download some PowerPoint presentations or whatsoever from the slideshare.net that can make you or that you can use as your reference. Okay, next is getting started with Google Drive. How to have an account in that. So first go to Google and type the www.google.com in the address bar for your browser, and the home page of Google will appear as shown, and then click sign in. Click sign in, login page will appear as shown below, and click create account. But after creating the account, fill out your profile information, or by clicking the click create account, you have to fill out your profile information, and at the end of the form, do not forget to click the agree and check box. And next is to click next step. Okay, so we have here how to click the multiple dots. Okay. And if you can see that, you have to click that. You have to click this one, the multiple dots, for you to see all the Google applications, and just click the Drive button. So these are the Google applications. So we have a lot of Google applications here. And what you're going to do is just to click that one. So this is the Google Drive. Okay, after clicking that one, this will be appear in your screen. And just click the new button and everything will follow. So if you're going to click this one, you can able to see this one, the folder, if you wanted to create new folder, if you wanted to upload your file here, and you also have here the Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and maraming options then. And Google Drive is really helpful, in most especially ngayon we're just conducting our class online, and we need a big space, in order for us to store our files. So Google Drive is really helpful for us. Okay. Okay, so Google offer other useful applications which can be accessed by clicking Google Apps. And what are those? First, we have the Play. It is the official app store of Google for Android smartphones and tablets. We have the News. It is a computer-generated news site of Google whose news is aggregated from sources all over the world. Next, of course, the Gmail. It is a free advertising-supported email services provided by the Google. What else? We have the Calendar. It is a time management web application and mobile app by Google. We also have the Google Plus. It is an interest-based social network by Google. And we also have the Translate, no? Google Translate. It is a multilingual services provided by Google to translate text, speech, images, or real-time video from one language into another. And of course, we have the Photos. It is the newest apps of Google which provides a photograph and video sharing and storage service for Google users. Okay. Next, we have the getting started with Tumblr. So how to create an account in Tumblr. So the first thing that we are going to do is, of course, go to the Tumblr by typing the www.tumblr.com and in the address bar of your browser. And the Tumblr homepage will appear as shown. And next that you're going to do is just to click the next. And letter C, or the third step, is click I'm not a robot box and then answer what is asked. So those are, there are following questions there that you have to answer before you proceed to the next step. Then next step, welcome page will be displayed and you'll be asked to select and follow 5 blogs to get started. However, to speed up the process of completing your account, no, you can click the skip. No? And usually we are doing that. No? Sometimes gusto nating makapunta na kaagad doon sa kung ano man yung gusto nating makita agad. So i-skip na lang natin yan siya. Okay, so you can also do that. Next step, you will be asked to verify your email address as shown below. So you have to create a new tab and put your Gmail account by typing gmail.com and the address bar. And the next step that you are going to do is just click the sign in. Okay. And enter your email and then click next. After that, enter your password and then click sign in. And click done, and your Gmail account will be loaded and a welcome message will appear. And close the welcome message. Okay, next is in your inbox. Okay, in your inbox, click the message of Tumblr and Tumblr asking for your confirmation. Then the next step is to, within the message, just click the verify email address. So you can able to see that in your inbox, no? If makikita mo yung message, just click the verify email address. Then after that, the page below will appear when the verification is successful and just click skip to your web dashboard. Okay? So yun, on how to create, no, sa ating Google Drive and mag-sign in and how to verify our tawag dito, and signing in, no, doon sa ating Google Drive. Yan, meron pa. After that, you just have to close the tab and go back to your Gmail account and sign out to your Gmail account and close the tab and then go back to the Tumblr. And lastly, as to log out your Tumblr account, just click the face account and then click the log out. Okay. Now, we have here the getting started with the Wix. Okay, how to get started with the Wix, how to create an account using Wix.com or Wix application. So the first thing that you're going to do, just go to the Wix by typing the www.wix.com in the address bar of your browser, and Wix homepage will appear. Then click Start Now, then Sign In page will appear. And if you want to sign in using your social media account in your Facebook or Google, just click the corresponding button. Okay. However, you can also sign in using your available email. Okay. If you already have your Gmail, you can also use that one. And then enter your email and password and then click Go. Next step, we have to enter your email and password again for verification. And click Go, and when successful, when it will become successful, a welcome page will appear. Next, select a category. Customizable templates will be displayed for you to choose from according to the selected category. But if you are not decided on what category, you just choose anything and the selection can be changed later. After that, just click the go and you're ready, and you are now ready to create your own website. And to log out to your Wix account, hover to the arrow beside your username and then click log out. Okay, so these are the steps. These are the steps on how to create an account using the Wix.com. Okay, so that's all for today, class. I hope that you've learned a lot from me today on how to create and design your own web pages or own website using the online platforms. Okay, so that's all for today. Have a nice day and keep safe, everyone.